Hello and welcome. It is time for some WPSL soccer, and this one should be an exciting matchup as in the U21, the Lobo United Football Club will be taking on the Northern Arizona Altitude. I want to welcome you all to the Rio Rancho High School, as here at the Ram Stadium we will be seeing this matchup. It'll be coming up right now. They're getting ready to do the introductions of the players down on the field, and that's what they're currently doing. Want to again welcome you to this broadcast. We will have this one in its entirety right now. The Lobos still waiting for their first victory of the season, hoping that it can come here at home. Northern Arizona, of course, coming from up in the Flagstaff area. Most of the girls on that team coming from the Northern Arizona University. And then the same can be said for the Lobos in this situation. So we're going to have this game coming your way in just a second. We're going to take one quick break, and then we'll be right back here on ProView Sports.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof...
All right, welcome back. So the Lobos today will be playing in the red with white numbers and purple with white numbers for the Altitude, as this should be very fun and exciting. It's always nice to be able to see a couple of teams that, play at the next level, see what these girls can do in the summer, how the conditioning and everything is getting them ready for next season at the next level. So referees look like they're just about ready. We're supposed to have a precisely 7 o'clock kickoff here. We might be just a touch early as the two sides get ready to roll together. So for the Lobo United FC roster, they've got Jordan Bruce, the defender, Macy Burns, the forward, Paloma Chapa, Layla Chapa, Bridget Contreras Ridlington, Daniel Cordero, Olivia Farrar, Cynthia Garibay, Ella Hatfield, Madison Lund, Ariana Mong, Edelyn Ortega, Emma Rocco, Janae Romero, Marissa Watson, Mackie Lund, and Alexis Abeta, all on the side of the Lobos United FC, are coached by Serena Griego, and Patrick Burns is the assistant. For Northern Arizona Altitude, their roster today will include Vanessa Bevelian, Bethany Blair, Campbell Blair, Mia Blair, Kate Book, Karina Furman, Ciara Garcia, Kiara Hovis, Annabelle Jackson, Ellie Karen, Hannah Petrucci, Riley Reed, Damiana Rosta, Peyton Schmidt, and Logan Sloan Matson. They are coached by Michael Blair and Keith Holmes, and As they two sides are clapping it up, one more time, we have about 2 minutes left before kickoff, so we'll be back in just a minute or so. We'll be back with the first touch of the game. You're watching ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
All right, back here as the two sides look like they are ready to go. It will be the Lobos to possess the ball to start things off. As we are ready to go, I want to welcome you to this WPSL game, and it should be a good one. Lobos taking this one into the back line. Moving it over, Layla Chapa out there in the left wing, and then they'll move it over. A lot of space, or at least that's what they're trying to find, but it's stolen away by Northern Arizona. It was Damiana Rosta who got the steal, but the Lobos able to take it back there right around the midfield line. Ball moved over to Riley Reed. Reed chucking it forward, and this could be a good attacking opportunity for the Altitude. Setting up the shot and sliding it in. It will be the first goal for Kiara Hovis today, as immediately a 1-0 lead for the visiting Northern Arizona Altitude. A little bit of a defensive breakdown, not, I think, how the Lobos wanted to start it off. We'll see if maybe they can make a touch there, as you don't see that all that often, a goal within the first minute of play. Usually that's just kind of a little lack of focus, but the girls can likely, after this, kind of slide back in, hopefully get the head back to it. So back to it we go. Unable to hold on to the ball in the midfield were the Lobos, so it's taken away now. That was Furman. As Northern Arizona happy to play this one out of the back line. The Lobos with one player in the forward zone that looks kind of like a 9 behind her, and then I would say 4 back and 4 in the midfield, so somewhere between a 1-1-4-4 or a 2-4-4, or 4-4-2 rather. But either way, we'll have a free kick opportunity for the Altitude. That'll be Bulk as Kate lines up the shot. It'll be a chipper towards the goal and able to get it with a little bit of a bump. So the Lobos able to fight off anything dangerous there. It'll be booted away by Jordan Bruce. Looks like Bruce in the goal today. As the Lobos taking this one forward, they could have their first opportunity offensively. Working it back around and chipped it back. No dice, but an opportunity at the very least get a little something working. They're going to need a little bit more of that. Like to see the offense early on. As the Altitude lead, if you are joining us just a little bit late, it was a first-minute goal by Kiara Hovis that got this game started. So the Altitude on the front foot. That one's poked by Layla Chapa. Altitude sliding behind. Falk again. Dancing it around the box. She'll try and slide it through the middle. Good defender right in the way, though, for the Lobos. And this one's high and in for Boak. So the Altitude right now having a good start to the game is They're already up 2-0. Oop, pardon me. Not 5-0, 2-0. Early on in this game, and for the Lobos, they're going to need something here, some kind of stabilization, because this is not how you want to start out the game, especially when you're playing here at home. There's the whistle and back to action. That'll be launched long. And this is deep into the territory where Northern Arizona's goalkeeper will scoop it up. And they'll get back to offense on that left side. Lobos able to poke it away. And then deep into the defensive zone, able to take care of business, though. They're able to, at the very least, get it out of the danger. The Lobos, it will be set up for, looks like it's a corner. Northern Arizona stacking the top of the box up. It'll be Campbell Blair to take the corner. Blair launches this one up in the zone. It's pinballing around, and good get out of there for the Lobos. I think that was Marissa Watson who put her boot on it, as it will be a throw-in for Northern Arizona, but we've got a couple of subs coming up for the Lobos, as they have two young women waiting on the sideline to come in. I'm wondering if they're going to let them in, or... Sorry, it's going to be a free kick, it looks like, but the question is whether they can come in, and the answer is yes. So Lobos make some changes. Watson comes out. Looks like into this game was Madison Lund. And there's the whistle. Free kick. Land nowhere near the woman in purple. That one will slide through. Lund was the one who got to it. Now it's a foot race, but the race is won by Furman. High and long, and that one once again through the backside, and the Lobos chasing this one back deep. That was Paloma Chapa. So her and Layla will swap sides. They're in the defensive zone. It'll be Campbell Blair once again, the ball. And an opportunity out on the wing. That's Farrar, as it's finally taken out of her feet. But Farrar, that was a good sort of run. We need a little more offense for the Lobos, as this one could be dangerous. It's Petrucci, and good save by Bruce, but that will be a chipper off the bar. And the 12th man, I believe, is the bar for the Lobos. They got very close on that one. That could have been Buka again with a goal, but instead we've got a throw-in opportunity for Northern Arizona. It'll be launched long, but we've got an offside call against the altitude. The Lobos will have the kick from pretty much right against the goalposts. Chapa to take this. She pushes it out to the wing. Some tough room to slide through. Like the give and goes, though, for the Lobos, as they've slid it up to Lund. And she tries to find some open space. Nowhere going that side, though. Now chasing it over there is Edelyn Ortega, as Ortega rides it out of play. Altitude trying to sneak it behind for Petrucci, but no dice. Bruce will get to this ball. Playing goalkeeper today. I believe the Lobos are missing most of their keepers. That was Mong, the defender. Over to Paloma Chapa. Lobos, they've got the turquoise pants, very local feel to it. As Lund tries to break it through. Some space, have to stop around. There's a couple of defenders in the way. They'll get it back to Lund. That's an offside, I believe, yes. Unfortunate for the Lobos. And I think we've got a substitution as Layla Chapa heading to the sideline. So for Northern Arizona, the attack in the backfield began with Beveline. As chasing it backwards, Lobos trying to keep the pressure up. That was Farrar on that wing. They'll slide it through. This could be dangerous. And it will be another goal. Looks like the second one of the game for, no, this is Mia Blair who actually put it in this time. And so Mia Blair gets the third goal of the game for the Altitude. Comes in the 12th minute, and it has been all Northern Arizona. So Mia Blair adds to the score list. It's Kiara Hovis, Kate Book, and Mia Blair with the goals so far. Lobos going to do some kind of figuring out here, down 3-0. They've had some good offensive runs. In fact, right before that turn of events for Northern Arizona, the Lobos were kind of pushing it into the offensive zone. See if they can get this ball back. That one will flip off of Mackie Lund. That's Ariana Mong, the defender. She's got it back to Lund, and unfortunate for her, it goes out of play. Here's Campbell Blair. Blasted in, and for the Lobos. And it's chipped forward a few ways. Cross face on the goal. Altitude. Good poke out by the Lobos. Now taking it forward. Looks like Maya Ramon. Get it back over here to Olivia Farrar. Farrar. Good pass. As they set it back and forth between the two. Farrar will slide it forward to the attacker. Can she break through? And no, the foot race will be won out on the far wing by Ciara Garcia. So Garcia, listed as a forward normally, but she's playing out on the wings. You tend to have pretty good fast players at both of those positions, so it's no surprise. As the whistle blows. Got Lobo down, and this is an attacking opportunity for the home side. I do see a Lobo waiting to come in, so coming off the field would be Paloma Chapa. I see two Lobos waiting. Now I'm a little confused because Chapa's coming off. Looks like Mackie Lund will be joining her. as well. So checking in is Marissa Watson rather. Watson comes in, and the Lobos setting up for the kick. Alongside her, Layla Chapa back into the game. Chipped up towards the goal and just saved. That was a close play. The Lobos will have a second opportunity on the set pieces, though, because it'll now come to a goal kick. It is Peyton Schmidt in the goal, if I understand correctly, for the altitude. And now the Lobos, a chance to get on the scoreboard. This could be big for them. And the low near post, it's still bouncing around. Nothing doing yet, and kicked out. It'll be Layla Chapa chasing after it right now. No, it'll actually be won by Hovis, or pardon me, Petrucci rather. Northern Arizona looking for Petrucci again. She'll head it forward, but the only player that's there is a member of the Lobos, and after chasing it back all the way, UNM will have the ball back, and we've got more substitutions. This time it'll be Northern Arizona taking an opportunity to bring in some fresh legs. And this is, the summertime. This is all about getting better, getting ready for next season, so you want to make sure the players stay fresh. So the throw in for the Lobos United FC. Trying to slide it around and no, poked away. Petrucci loses that one forward. It's Lund. A searching pass up the wing, and maybe the Lobos can get to it. No, just a little bit beyond the reach. Put this one back into play is Riley Reed. It's a nice little breeze kind of settling in here at Rio Rancho High School. First game of the season that the Lobos are playing out here on the farthern west side of the metro area. If you're unfamiliar with New Mexico, this is pretty much right in the center of the state. A little bit north of it, and a little north of the city of Albuquerque, north and west. Good steal away, the Lobos. An opportunity maybe. They've had trouble really just getting the cut through, as the look is for Lund, but it's going to get all the way up to Schmidt instead, and she'll be able to sit on that real quick, send it back out without delay. It was Karina Furman who got to it. This could be a fresh opportunity for Annabelle Jackson before it's taken away by the Lobos. Lobos United FC and the Northern Arizona Altitude. The Altitude ahead by 3 right now, but things can change in the blink of an eye as the Lobos steal this ball. Some space on the wing. Chip through. Yep, up to Lund. She's got 2 options. She move it off to the wing. And it looks like the second offside called on the Lobos going that way. You like the thought process, though, as you try and get out to the outside. Maybe create somewhere you can go through. Peyton Schmidt will come forward to take the kick. Well forward of the goalkeeper's box. About 7-8 yards or so. Of course, the yard markers you see on the field mostly for high school football. Field itself, you have the extra 10 yards on either side, so it's about 110, or sorry, rather 120. My math's not so great. There's Mung. Space forward. There's Olivia Farrar. Farrar, she shoots it up the wing, looking for Ella Hatfield. Hatfield's not the first player there. It'll just be carried out for a goal kick. Great defense so far for the altitude. Lobos have had some good intensity. Like I said, they're playing with the 2 forwards, 4 in the midfield and 4 in the defense. Wondering if at some point they're going to need to get some more of those midfielders forward. It's almost like a diamond in the middle. And pretty close to a handball as that one hit the arm of Annabelle Jackson. Jackson, who came in and is working as a forward for the altitude. This goes out right by the Lobo bench. Substitution time for the 2 squads. Northern Arizona searching through. No, denied by the Lobos. And this is where they need a counterattack, but just not enough off the boot. Pretty close look as swung back around. This one could be dangerous. As they've gotten it up to Hatfield. Hatfield dribbling it around through the middle. She's got her option, and that's a great touch on it. Can they get the last cross? There it is. Hatfield puts it away. Ella Hatfield. And the Lobos are aboard here in the 22nd minute. It's 3-1 as the home side gets one to the back of the nets. So Ella Hatfield gets the game rolling for the Lobo United FC roster. Girls who will be playing mostly for University of New Mexico, as looks like we're going to be taking a water break right now. It is a toasty day here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, so while they take the break, we will step aside here. So back in just a moment here on ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Back to action here as the whistle's blown. I guess that is looks Looks like they have to it. Not sure, maybe they're playing it on the quarters, but it does look like we've shifted sides. Oh, sorry, it was water break. It was just the Northern Arizona kickoff after the water break there. So good opportunity of a spot to take it. Temperatures in the 80s and 90s here in New Mexico as of late, and take I-40 if you're looking for how to get to Flagstaff, home of Northern Arizona altitude. You just take I-40, so it's an I-40 battle. The other, the kind of similarity is the Lobos look for a searching shot there. The sort of similarity you get of Flagstaff in the Albuquerque Rio Rancho metro area is that you kind of look for where the mountains are when you're driving out to Flagstaff. It's pretty flat all the way around I-40, and then all of a sudden you see the mountain, and boom, once you hit that, you're in Flagstaff. Similar here with the Sandias. You can see in the background when you come out here to Rio Rancho High School, you look for the Sandias, and boom, you hit Rio Rancho. Lobos, here's an opportunity offside, though. Unfortunately, Ella Hatfield was behind the defenders. So the Lobos scorer got that one pretty close. Now, just to remind you, what you see on your screen clockwise is not the official clock. The official clock is held down there only by the referees. Do not have the official one here, but we're pretty close as it goes. Bruce over to Chapa. Layla Chapa goes cross field, but it's intercepted in the middle of the field. That was Kiara Hovis. Hovis, who's got a goal to her name today, and it's her opposite number, Edelyn Ortega, who has the ball. Some very excited fans down there, it sounds like. Some changes to be made. Both these sides coming in looking for big wins. Northern Arizona, they have a 2-1 record. The Lobos sitting 0-3. Big home win would be good. We've already seen the Lobos score once, so there's plenty of time. But right now, they got to get this out of their own zone. A tough chip up. That was Hovis who stole it away, and it's going to be taken away from her. Not a ton of space there in the middle. Launched long. Good setup as they're trying to find something. I believe that was Macy Burns who got the ball, but it's stolen back away by the captain of Northern Arizona, Mia Blair. The altitude. Long shot from long range and off target. Bruce will have it. So these aren't just club teams, remember. The U21 level of the Women's Premier Soccer League, WPSL. It's deep through. That was Logan Sloan who had the ball. Ripped up to Kate Book. Launch long, and it will be Bruce to scoop. Jordan Bruce looks around for her options, and Bruce, nice long launch. Couple of bumps there, but nothing too hard for Macy Burns before she's finally beaten on the two-player, and Burns will get the whistle blown on her. A little rough on the play. I think it'll look pretty good from up here, but referees down there, a little better view. As we're still sitting 3-1 right now after the Ella Hatfield goal got the Lobos aboard. This one will get through. It's going to be a long run. I like the idea by Marissa Watson. She just wanted that one away from the danger zone. You cannot allow that one to stay too long, and then the Lobos get a little bit more breathing room as Chapa kicks that one forward. That one hits the building. Launch long once again. Can the Lobos kind of spin this one around? That's Olivia Farrar. Nope, stolen back away by Northern Arizona. Ooh, good quick action underneath by Lund. And this, I think that they've really improved here from, so the opening 15 minutes or so were very much played in the Lobo half, and there was these dangerous situations being set up by the altitude. But right now, I think the defense has kind of calmed down a little bit. They're breathing a little bit more, it seems like, and keeping themselves out of the bad spots that you hate to see if you're a fan. And that one will be sent long by Ariana Mong. Good steal away by Chapa, Layla Chapa. She got it away, but it's going to go all the way back to Peyton Schmidt. Peyton will dribble it out of the box and launch it long. Go just over the head of the defense, and we could have another dangerous situation. Great chase down by Edelyn Ortega. Altitude breakthrough once again, as they've had a lot of these opportunities. A couple of the Lobo United players falling on top of themselves. Not a ton of space. Having to work at is Hovis. They'll get it back here to Bauk. Trying to chop it through. No, as Lund has dropped back to play this deep. And it will stay with Northern Arizona, but again, the Lobo United defense has really just kept Northern Arizona away from the goal as of late. It's really looking like they've battened down the hatches a bit. Now the question, though, is can they get another good scoring opportunity like they did before? As they're the ones chasing down to altitude. A give and go look, but a little too much off of the boot of Bethany Blair. Say that 10 times fast. The boot of Bethany Blair. Looks like substitutions. No? The answer is yes. They will be having Macy Burns come off. And are we getting one for the altitude? And I would say yes. Coming off is Kate Boak, and coming in her place, we'll let you know in just a moment, but it looks like it's going to cause a little bit of a shift in formation. And they've brought Hannah Petrucci back into the offense. Looking around with it. Stolen by Mong. Kind of chopping it back. I don't think she was quite ready for it. Lobos working up the sideline. Good way to get right back on top of that ball for Farrar. Lobos not quite poked through. Good by Lund to just get back to that ball. Slips through and just wide right. Goodness, that was another great opportunity for the Lobos United. A couple of inches away from being within one goal. And maybe a little momentum swing after that Ella Hatfield goal. While the offense has been more Northern Arizona, Lobos United have put a lot more pressure here with a little bit better look in just one quick play as we tick past into the 34th minute. It still sits 3-1. That one to Alexis Abeda. Abeda was looking for Lund, but she could not get through. Play deep, Watson. And we do have an offside flag in the air, so the offside on Hannah Petrucci. So we're 34 minutes into the game, 34 and a half or so. We did have the water break already in this half. Peeking around with it, that's Mia Blair. Blair wearing the captain's armband. And slid through, I think that's Mueller. Cutting back with his Alexis Abeda. Plenty of space to carry it for Ortega. Back to Ortega on the give and go. Ortega's got an option. She goes with it, but a little heavy on the boot. Doesn't get to Lund. And unfortunate. Good steal as quickly right into the legs of Abeda. She's been pretty active on it between her and Ortega on that right side of the defense for Lobos United. Go deep where it'll be played on the defensive side by Mong. She'll get it back to Bruce. Slid up for Layla Chapa. Oh, did it go out? They say it did. That was pretty good. Looks like Emma Rocco actually is number 30. And substitution. Coming off is Ramon. Got some fresh legs out there for the Lobos United. As the throw-in will be set to go for Riley Reed. Launched on long by Bevelane. That was Blair, Mia Blair. Her opposite number with the ball now is Olivia Farrar. Farrar. Pushed backwards. And as the whistles blow, the Altitude have another player ready to come into the game. Campbell Blair will get a little breather. Whistle blows and action back to it as Boak back in. Sliding around the defensive side to Bevelane. Lobos almost have that ball, and then there's just a, hey, maybe something can happen try. Go forward, no dice. Rocco. Emma Rocco. She cuts it up the wing, but on the wrong side of the shoulder. Still got to press forward, though, Ella Hatfield. Pressure being put on by Farrar on the left side. Altitude. Push this one back. Mong's got to be the one to get there first. She does. She closes it out, too. Good shutout. And she will earn the foul from Hannah Petrucci. Looks like Mong took one pretty hard in the leg. Looks like no harm, no foul. Well, it is a foul. But she'll be back up on her feet, which is good to see. Nice steal away. Rocco, wrong side of Hatfield. Looking for Book out on the outside. Cuts it back around. Not a ton of space, but she's kind of creating some. As Hovis back on top of it again, but the Lobo United able to get it out of there. Rocco up to Hatfield. Kind of a confusion on who's supposed to take that. Nice move. They've got the numbers. Almost like a pass right there, but like I said, they've got the number advantage. Lund is not going to be able to outrun the back defender, though. Ciara Garcia, like I said earlier, they list her as a forward, but she's playing that wing defender spot, and she's doing a great job keeping that overlap, making sure nobody can get behind her. Furman for the Altitude. Here is Hatfield. Hatfield searches forward. Here's Rocco. Turns around, shoots, but it's into the arms of Peyton Schmitz. The Northern Arizona fans are giving her a little cheer as Peyton able to keep her team up by 2. That's Ramon. Looking up for Lund. Madison Lund. Nice cross set up as the altitude kind of slicing through the Lobo defense. Chapa trying to do whatever she can to keep it in front of her. Watson now cut around her. Book with the shot, and Bruce able to get her hands on it. Jordan Bruce keeps that one away, and so the score remains 3-1 here as we tick to 42 minutes. Flipped up off the toes of Reed. Reed cuts backwards as she breaks a couple ankles with those movements. Here's Lund. Ooh, bad touch on that for Lund. Good work to stay involved with it, keep it rolling, and keep the offense out on the field. Good dodge around with that. She's got a woman behind her, though, and she's going to be bumped, and that will certainly be a foul. Got to play tough to earn those fouls. She kind of bounced off a little bit. And winning it for the team was Olivia Farrar. It looks like she'll be the one as well to line up the free kick. And if I'm her, I'm asking for that wall to be moved because that looks like, I mean, not even 5 yards. One of the advantages when you play on a football field like this, you can see pretty clearly where the yard marker is. Farrar, ooh, right into the wall, so even getting them to back up didn't seem to be quite effective enough. Tough sledding through there. Nobody seems to be tougher than Ortega, though, as she comes out with that ball somehow. She'll cross it long, and Schmidt able to hold on to it. Peyton Schmidt turns it around quickly. The Lobos United have more players in the center of the field, but we've seen some very sweet dribbling, including right there, Mia Blair. That one's going to get through. Giving all of her might is Mung to get to that ball and stop it from being a problem. That could have been dangerous. As we tip close to the 45-minute mark. Good steal away for Farrar as Farrar brings it back around. And she'll send it off to the corner. Heard the coach yell 30 seconds. Wonder if that is perfectly accurate. Either way, we've already hit the 45. So it's all about for Lobos United, I think, just keeping that ball out of the net. Gets it off the bar. Second time they've got the bar coming in their favor. A little home cooking, as you might say. Ooh, Chapa puts the body on the line. So it will be a free kick as Layla Chapa able to keep that one safe. So she'll have the free kick at the spot, and I can't imagine that there's much time left after the kick. If she just booms it, we might hear the halftime whistle. Slid through, maybe one more attack for Lobos United. Hatfield trying to set up the shot for Farrar, but it's gotten by Schmidt, and that will hit us to the half. So after one full half of play, Lobos United with one goal coming from Ella Hatfield and 3 goals for Northern Arizona by Kiara Hovis. Kate Book and Mia Blair will come back with the second half action in just a moment here. You're watching the WPSL on ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9999. 9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hello, my name is Staff Sergeant Kevin Stanger. I wanted to let you know that when you join a team like the New Mexico Army National Guard, you will always have teammates to give you support. You will have the chance to serve your country and community, all while earning some amazing benefits. Benefits such as tuition assistance, world-class job training, and getting paid while attending college. So don't miss your shot at an amazing future.
After the holidays, it's challenging to see the bills come in. If you or someone you know needs help paying your P&M bill, we can help. Limited income customers may qualify for part or all of their past due electric bills to be paid, thanks to the P&M Good Neighbor Fund and the generosity of fellow New Mexicans and P&M shareholders. If you don't qualify for the program and need extra time or payment options, P&M can help. Visit pnm.com/billhelp.
P&M are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
After the holidays, it's challenging to see bills come in. P&M can help with tips to save money on your electric bill. Set your thermostat lower. For every degree lower, you'll save 1 to 2% and see results in your next bill. Add weather stripping and caulking around windows and doors. Reducing air leaks saves you money. Hot air rises. Switch your ceiling fan to clockwise so warm air circulates, helping your home feel warmer. Small changes save you money on your bill. Learn more at pnm.com/tips.
P&M are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Rachel Miletkoff from St. Felix Pantry. We've provided groceries to those in need since 1992, and we rely on community to make this happen. We're the only pantry in Sandoval County that allows weekly access to high-quality groceries. Our only requirement for anyone to receive food is to be a New Mexico resident. We've never left anyone empty-handed. P&M helps make it possible with a grant from P&M shareholders. Thank you, P&M, for helping us help others.
P&M are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo.
So it looks like action is just about set to go for the second half, as it's going to be some tough sledding for the Lobos United FC, but we'll see what they can muster here in the second half of action. As this has been a mostly altitude-dominated game. It's been a little rough for the home squad today, but nothing that they can't dig themselves out of. We've seen a lot of really good opportunities for them so far, as the Lobo United FC, especially they were late in the half once they really started to get things kind of settled down, settled in. It looked a lot better. So they give their cheer. The two sides swap sides. Lobos United looking for their first win of the season. Northern Arizona looking to push themselves up further in the standings here in the WPSL. It's the U21 division. we're watching this one, it's the independent division. Northern Arizona, as we hear the whistle begin the second half of play. Northern Arizona Altitude sitting in 6th with 3 games played at 2-1 on the season. 13 goals for, 5 goals against coming into today. Lobos United, as I mentioned, have struggled so far to get the W's. That's a nice flick forward, though, and forcing the play to just push it out. But that is the sort of stuff that gets you back into the game. Big flick forward. I believe that was Lexus Abeda who set that up. Cutting it back around. Whisked over to Ramon. She'll give it back to Contreras Ridlington. Out for Emma Rocco. Rocco, a little bit of space. She's fighting the line, and it will eventually find its way out. Good carry to take her out of play by the defender. On the play, that was Damiana Rosta. See a little bit more of her close up in this second half for those of us here on this side of the field. This is where most of the fans are, as well as the shadows have completely caped over the field. And as they lay over the top of it, it's a little easier, I would think, for the players as well, because you're not having to run through changes in light. Of course, it's a lot easier for us. You can see a lot better, I'd hope. Corner kick to be taken by Ortega. Launched nice and long, but a little just over the head of her offensive players. Kind of floating it around is Abeda over there on the wing. Lobos United will hold on to this ball, at least for a moment. Mong gives it backwards. She sent it back to Watson, who seems to be working as the main central defender when she's in. And bad pass, trying to get it through the referee, but he was a little bit in the way. Bauk. That one lost that long. Bauk. This one will be flipped up. Looking for Edelyn Ortega. And good push on that by Ortega to push it out of play. It was Kiara Hovis for the Altitude. Still a battle out there. Ramon. Good clearance by Lund, at least for the moment. Looks like they'll be able to, as Ramon decided not to get that ball. The Lobos United. That is a beautiful searching pass to get it up to Emma Rocco. Rocco, one defender to beat. Tries to heel that ball. She'll have to slide it backwards, but didn't quite have the angle she'd hoped for. Good way to stay in shape these games as it clears over the club head. Ciara Garcia. And just ripped into play. I believe that's Layla Chapa down there. Northern Arizona have a substitute approximately 3 minutes into the half. Looks like Hovis coming off, if I'm seeing right. No, not Hovis. That is actually, yeah, that is Kiara Hovis. My eyes do not deceive me as it sits just yet anyways. Campbell Blair will head to the far side. That's a tough one for Bruce. She gets her hand on it once, but not the second time. As it's put away on the play. I think Vauk got it again. That's her second of the game, and that will give Northern Arizona Altitude a 4-1 lead. So Bauk on the board for the second time, this one coming in the 50th minute. on what was, for Bruce, that was not much you could ask of her otherwise, because she was having to make the first play and then dive after the second, but just took enough off of it, Bauk. And so it's a 4-1 lead for Northern Arizona. The altitude. This will be launched long. Slips in behind. No offside call. So the battle here is Ciara Garcia. I've already talked about her speed so far on the wings. She will launch it into no man's land, but charging forward, Annabelle Jackson tries to make the play on it. It's Layla Chapa who gets into the stop that ball. They'll ease that one through. Launch long, and Bruce gets a hand on it once again. Jordan Bruce able to stop that one down. Flicked a couple of times. Those are some sweet feet moves. And Bruce on top of it. Rocco. Not a ton of space up there. Good slide forward for Lund. Lund launching through. Oh, what a foot to stop the danger as Furman pushes it towards the sideline. Lobos United will hold on to that ball, but Furman, if she was an inch shorter, that one would have gotten through. And just enough athleticism to keep in front of it. Got a whistle on the play. Lobos United will have the ball. Free kick about 50 yards out. Could go for goal. I've seen goals from that distance at this stadium before, but usually that's when the wind's at your back. She does go for it. A little off to the side. That's the sort of aggressive play I like to see. Making the calls out as well. And that was Evelyn Ortega. Slicing through and out of play. Whistles blow for some substitution action. Be Ramon coming off. McKenna Ramon been highly involved right there, and they'll bring Olivia Farrar back into the game. Farrar has been very active for the team. They're going to need some help from her if they're going to make up this 3-point deficit. In action to get her way through. Seems like we're going to be doing a lot of talking about Karina Furman, the way that she's playing today, back line and up front. Lobos trying to get this just out of there as Lund reflects it off of an altitude player. Lund, second try, will be a little bit behind. Thought that one went out, but it apparently stayed in just long enough. Can hear a lot of action going on down there as Contreras Ridlington had that ball. Now out to Ortega. Ortega crosses the field just beyond Farrar, but Lund will chase it down before it goes out of play. And nothing's quite out of danger here. Oh, good defense. That was Furman once more. Karina Furman stopped it up, but the Lobos attack back on action. Cutting around with it was Lexus Abeda. Lund crosses. This one's back. It will still be Lobos United off the top. So close. Farrar Dispossessed. And it looks like counterattack option for the Altitude. Having to chase it down is Watson. Watson will blast it back to Bruce, and Bruce just wants to reset the defense. Kicks it out of play, so they'll have to chase it down. They'll have to throw it in. Looks like the Northern Arizona Altitude got a couple new players they want to bring in. I think Hovis is among them. So Hovis came in, and Hannah Petrucci back in the game. Flicked up by Riley Reed. Farrar, as she's done before, taking a long run. She might get that ball back. No, spun around by Furman. Karina Furman over towards the center of the field. A lot of ask right there. You can get some good speed on the ball. This is a turf field here at Rio Rancho High School. Good flicker, but it fades out. A couple of Lobos United were chasing that ball down as Bruce slides on top of it. Excellent play by Bruce. That's what you got to do in those situations. Lobos United able to hold on to it. Lobos lose it. Petrucci up forward for Garcia. Shot low, and Bruce right on top of it. Ciara Garcia trying to get that ball. They'll now push this one over to Layla Chapa. Chapa up for Olivia Farrar. Farrar just can't get it beyond Vanessa Bevelane. Is Mong able to get the ball? Mong up to Ortega. Ortega. A look long and lost off Lund. Madison Lund playing forward for Lobos United. It's been a strong most of the game for the offense. I mean, they've had some great opportunities, but it's been a lot of this as well as great, dangerous play for Ortega, but she was able to get it flicked away. We'll see a corner kick up coming for the Altitude. That one's bombed, and Bruce reflects it but gets the second one. That's one of the most dangerous things for goalies. You never like to see the ball reflected because that's just an opportunity for someone else. Bruce up the way. Here's a long shot, and just over the bar. Looks like another substitution for Lobos. Actually looks like that was Paloma Chapa who was in, and now Layla Chapa comes in her place. Almost gets through. Now it's Petrucci. Petrucci finds the back of the nets. And Northern Arizona widen the lead to 5 as Petrucci's on the board for the first time today, coming in the 60th minute. She's had some good opportunities, but none of them have quite worked out up until that point. And a quick substitution for Lobos United. brings Contreras Ridlington off and Cynthia Garibay on. So Cynthia Garibay back in. The sun beginning to work its way down. Foul down on the ground. I think that's a pretty good job by Mong to, sell the play. Kind of have to do that in soccer. Referee might be even saying something like, hey, you don't have to do that. I saw the foul, but I think she did a good job. Otherwise, you might not get the foul. Free kick opportunity for Lobos United FC. And this could open up Lund, although Schmidt chases it down. That's what the goalie needs to do in those situations. So Coach Burns giving Cynthia Garibay something to think about on those. Right now it's a good spot for the altitude. They can kind of just sit on it as they work this one back into the defense. Clock is their friend right now. With 30 minutes to go, they've got a 4-point lead over Lobos United. Good toe-to-toe passing so far for Lobos United. There's the launch pass up forward. Reflects, but offside. And referees stop this for some substitutions. The altitude will empty their bench. So they have 3 substitutes from what I can see up here, and all 3 heading back into the game. Been playing everybody pretty evenly, making sure everybody gets a chance to go out there, have fun, enjoy the game. Slicing pass is a little sharp. Lobos push this one towards the center of the field, but I think one more touch is what she needed, and there was no chance as purple jerseys converged upon it. Still building an attack step by step. Lund rolled back to Farrar and lost. Chance for the altitude to make their run at it. Good flick off, though, by Mong. And that will turn the tables here, and then the tables turn right back around as the altitude on top of the ball. Nowhere that way. We'll cross field, and now this is Lobos United who have the ball. They'll have the throw in, and that could be dangerous for the altitude. As Schmidt stops another one, she's been excellent today. So the free kick opportunity from right in the middle of the field, so I'm going to say about 40 yards out. Blasted off the wall. So that's been, we've had a couple of these in this game so far where they, flick it off of the wall on those free kicks. Need a little bit more underneath it, I think. And good steal away. Farrar streaking up the side. They've got numbers. Farrar and Lund. Farrar gets it behind. Oh, and then stolen away by Bevelane. But that was another great run. She has the skills. Olivia Farrar, the forward, has shown off those skills a few times here. Another one push long. Lund steals it away once more. Lobos United, can they hold on to this for just a moment? They're really going the wrong direction, but as long as they have the ball, that's kind of the most important thing, is Ortega back on top of it. With Rocco to her right. She rocks it over to Emma. Rocco cross, flicked one direction, and got to be careful there. Kiara Hovis, she's got a goal today, and she almost got a second one going the wrong direction. It would have been the same goal that she was attacking, but this time her own goalkeeper would be in it. Lobos United with another opportunity. Oh, the last touch was just not there. It'll be a corner kick. That's what the referee is signaling. He says corner. The man on this side is. Corner to be taken out long. It looks like Madison Lund is setting up for it. And do we have substitutions? Yes, that's what the holdup is here. As you're looking at the clock, 68 minutes is what we have seen so far today. The Lobos United, they need, I think, a goal right now could maybe start putting them on the right path of things. They're not scoring a goal a game thus far, so a second goal would be pretty big, put them back on track for the season. It looks like that one was offside. That is pushed out to the wrong side. Goes out of play, and for the Lobos United FC, they'll have the ball back. It'll be Ortega to take the throw, and no, we will take ourselves a water break here as we're just about the 70th minute or so. So as they take a water break, we will go ahead and step aside as well. You were watching ProView Sports. It's the WPSL.
Reds.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Back here as the whistle is blown and we're back to regular action here. Water breaks all over, just making sure everybody stays healthy, happy. And we've got a whistle blowing. It'll be a free kick. Not too happy with the call on that was Damiana Rosta. Doesn't matter either way. It still goes back to Lobos United. Still chasing by 4. Lobos United. It'll be Ortega to take the kick. And we've already got ourselves a problem. Referee sorts it out, and Ortega to flip it up. It's a perfect location, but there were too many purple jerseys inside of the box. Lobos rocking the turquoise and red. And offside. Defenders saw it. Referees saw it as well. We saw it. You're watching ProView Sports here today. Glad you can join us for this one. WPSL Under 21 Division. It's Lobos United FC, Northern Arizona Altitude. Top team in the WPSL's Under 20s Independence Division is the Kansas Rush Wichita squad, but they have played 7 games. If the Altitude can win this one as they make a couple subs, if they can win this one, it'd be their first road win of the season. Lobos have only played on the road thus far. This is up close. That's just dangerous, and the bar helps him out again. Bruce able to clamp down on that ball. That could have been bad news. Luckily able to stop it, though. So Lobos United, they lost 5-1 to the El Paso Surf in El Paso. They lost 10-0 to Pima County Surf. And then 10-1 to the Altitude in their first matchup. That was back on the 25th. Between these two squads, Northern Arizona Altitude and Lobos United, that was over at Peaksville Park. Peaks View, rather. Another close one, and Bruce able to get a handle on it. Around the edge. Northern Arizona gets back to it. This is launched long. It will reflect off of one, and then it finds its way out. Another opportunity is she's got the option up the side. That's where she's going. Trying to chuck her way up, but it was just a little bit too far for Damiana Rosta, who was streaking as fast as she could alongside her, Ciara Garcia, who slid into the front half of the field. I mean, I think primarily she's playing as a as a midfielder rather, as this will be taken by Mia Blair, the 4-time state champion in Arizona. Mia's got it up to Riley Reed. Reed to Bauk. Kate Bauk cuts it back inside Hovis. And Hovis's ball will go very softly into the arms of Jordan Bruce, as Jordan Bruce was there. I think Hovis was hoping to get a little bit something harder coming off of it. And another streak as Hatfield almost had it. Haven't seen enough of her in this half. Hatfield, the lone goal scorer for the Lobos United FC. That one cleaning up. There's some space for Garcia. Cross, beautiful cross, and off the bar. I know that goalposts are not sentient, but it seems today like the goalposts are certainly trying to be as helpful to the home squad as possible, because they have gotten a lot of breaks off of the white crossbars. Ball will stay with Northern Arizona. And it looks like we might be having some cramps starting out. Unfortunate. I think we're also just getting some substitutions for the Lobos United. Both squads, Flagstaff is itself a pretty high up area, considering the rest of Arizona. Of course, right now we're beyond the Rocky Mountains. The Sandias that peer over the city of Rio Rancho. They are not part of the Rocky Mountain Range. Independently formed. All along the Continental Divide, this part of New Mexico. So Lobos will have to chase that one long ways back. And the lights are on here at Rio Rancho High School. Not a lot of space. I think she might have won that one back. No, the referee says purple. This is the first opportunity for the Lobos to show off to the home fans. Of course, New Mexico, a big soccer state. And I think that looked a little more like the turf monster hopped up and got her. I didn't really see any contact, but the captain for Northern Arizona buys her team a little bit of an opportunity, as Mia Blair will head back into the line with everybody else. Blair will chase it down. Up forward for Petrucci. Petrucci back. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. Bauk has it cleared away. And big play by Cynthia Garibay, as Garibay was able to, well, now she's being pressed again. And it's sliding through. Bauk needed one more pass, couldn't quite get there. The Lobos, desperate defense right now, and the desperation's over. Up to Farrar. Farrar up at the 40. She's slowing it down, and I think that worked to her detriment as it allowed Bevelane to get a good spot on the ball. Lobos United FC will knock it out of play and get some fresh legs in there. So a lot of the girls on the Northern Arizona side, they play for the, they're all locals to Flagstaff, to different parts of the state coming together to create this team that is currently in place to move up to 3-1. There's a good catch by Bruce in the goal. Corner kick opportunity for Northern Arizona. So we've got about 10 minutes to go on the normal clock. For Lobos, what I'd love to see is that one goes winged wide and just wide. That was a tight one. I'd love to see him get a second goal. A multi-goal game would be really huge for this club. As I mentioned, scoring just about a goal a game, a shade under it. In their fourth game, they've got 3 goals total. They need a second goal would be really good for the rest of the season upcoming for them. Next game, it looks like will be at home here at Rio Rancho High School against the El Paso Surf. That'll be 5 o'clock Mountain Time on the 8th. So 1 week from today, they'll host the El Paso Surf. A 5-1 score right now in favor of Northern Arizona, and they've really just had all the gas here in the second half. Lobos United have been close a couple of times, but it just really hasn't been there. Northern Arizona will take a trip not down I-40, which would take them back to Flagstaff, as this one will be caught by Bruce. No, tomorrow they'll take 25. As this is stolen away, opportunity chipped inside. It was Mia, and Lobos clear zone, but only for a moment. The threat is still on, and Hovis is offside. Hovis, rather. And so, as I mentioned, tomorrow for the Northern Arizona altitude, they'll be headed down to the West Side Complex in El Paso, down I-25, not I-40. They'll be headed south for a game tomorrow, and that will give them, something to do until next Saturday when they will host Pima County Surf. Big booming free kick, just gets over Lund's head, but I think Lund will still come down with it. She's got Farrar on the left wing. That's where she'll take it. Olivia Farrar. Chipped across. Looking for Ortega. Like the opportunity, it was just a little wide to the right for Ortega. Roca setting it up to Lund. Lund cuts it back. Pushes it forward. No, not quite. And stolen away. Hovis out there trying to work it around the wing. It'll be sent long back. Cut back through. Farrar, no, can't get it, but they maintain possession. There's a shot from outside the box. And doesn't quite have it there was Rocco. Rocco, she's had a pretty good game. Despite the scoreboard, the Lobos have played fairly well. The difficulty has been primarily in the scoring side, and we've got a player down for Northern Arizona. I think she's going to be coming off. Hopefully that is just a stinger, something she can come back from. Because she is walking. That's Damiana Rosta, who has been very good for the team. I mean, defensively, she's done a lot of running for them. She even tried a couple of breakaways, but she'll be coming off. Action back going for the Lobos. Crossing it through. Good body to stay in the way. Hovis keeping it kind of closed out, and now she's going to have a one-on-one opportunity with the keeper. Hovis, good stop by Bruce. Gets the leg in the way. And Jordan Bruce with the big play. Chip slowly forward. Rocco will set up Lund, and it looks like Lund will have the win. No, it's actually Schmidt who gets there first. Peyton Schmidt, the keeper of the altitude, in position to walk it out of play for a goal kick. As we approach the 90th minute of play, Lobos United, you can see a little bit more kind of hunger and desperation in the attack for the girls in red. You like to see it. Stolen away. Hovis up to Petrucci. Actually, this is Hovis. And another stop by Bruce, and she will hop on top of that one. It was Campbell Blair who set the ball up to Petrucci. And then Hovis took another shot. She's been a bright spot for this team so far today. First goal of the game belonging to Hovis. Lobos, can they break through? No. Shut down on the play with a Logan Sloan boot out. Lobos will maintain the ball on the sideline, though. Far sideline over there. Fans still trying to make some noise for the girls as we've got a shove down, and it's going to be a free kick for, looks like Northern Arizona. Actually, no, it just goes out of play. Lund almost gets to that ball. They have to spin it back around. A lot of pressure on that side and finally goes out of play. As they're really making Logan Sloan work in the back. Get the ball back for Altitude. Northern Arizona Altitude from Flagstaff, Arizona, as I mentioned. Creased forward. Launch angle not quite enough, and now we've got a breakaway from the back line. Overlap as she flips it forward, but a little too much or maybe a little too little. And there is the final whistle of the game, and so this one is all over in the books. So Northern Arizona Altitude defeat the Lobos United FC 5-1, and that came on the backs of goals in the first and fourth minute, Kiara Hovis and Kate Bauk. And then the 12th minute, Mia Blair was able to get on the scoreboard. But the Lobos responded. Lobos United were able to get a goal from Ella Hatfield in the 22nd minute, and they kind of had that pressure going into the second half of play. It looked pretty good, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough, as in the 50th minute and the 60th minute, Kate Bauk got her second goal, and then Petrucci would join the scoring as well. So quite the exciting affair today. As I mentioned, Northern Arizona will go on to play El Paso tomorrow, and the Lobos United will be back in action next Saturday here at Rio Rancho High School against the El Paso Surf. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into today's game, as it's been an exciting one for me today. Aaron Rivera, for all the folks at ProView that make this happen, Jude Apodaca, our cameraman, and everybody involved today, wanting to say thank you for watching and have a great afternoon.